Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Going for Two. I am Kewan Humphreys. We have yet another trade. Last night, another trade went down in the association. A trade that landed De'Aaron Fox on the San Antonio Spurs and Zach LaVine on the Sacramento Kings. Full details of that trade are: the Spurs receives a three-team trade. The Spurs received De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin. The Sacramento Kings received Zach LaVine, 3 first-round picks, including a 2025 pick that belongs to Charlotte, which could be a good pick, 2027 pick from the Spurs, and a 2031 pick from the Minnesota Timberwolves, and 3 second-round picks. And the Chicago Bulls, the third team in this trade, received Zach Collins, Trey Jones, Kevin Huerter, and their own 2025 first-round pick. They received that back from the San Antonio Spurs, which had traded to them earlier. Okay, the big name in this trade, De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox, we really speculated that he was on the move after Mike Brown got fired, and it really looked like things were kind of going left for this Sacramento Kings franchise. But the Spurs reached out by De'Aaron Fox. Originally, I want to say that the Kings asked about Stephon Castle, who was the 4th overall pick this past draft. And the Spurs said, nah, we're going to hold on to that guy. We see him as untouchable. There's no way we're going to trade away Stephon Castle. But looking at this trade, it looks the Spurs got him for nothing. The Spurs didn't have to give up really anything to get De'Aaron Fox. They only lost, some draft picks. I think the 2025 draft pick. I'm not sure who that belonged to, but I want to say that was one of the Spurs. That was a Spurs pick. But they gave up Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and that's pretty much it. So you look at this whole team, they got rid of some guys who really probably wasn't going to play like that. Trey Jones is behind, I want to say, 2 point guards now. 2 point guards. He was behind Chris Paul and behind Stephon Castle. Zach Collins, I mean, he's cool, he's good, but he's not a guy that they got De'Aaron Fox for that. And they gave away some first round picks, okay, that they could use, but they may not necessarily need. They still have their own first round pick, 2025. So if they miss the playoffs and get it, they're gonna have their own lottery pick. They still have the Atlanta Hawks 2025 lottery pick, which could be a good pick with the injuries and the way they're struggling as a team right now. So okay, fine. Chicago, you want your first round pick back? Here, take it. You can have it. Because we have 2 more very, very valuable picks on our hands. Let us go get De'Aaron Fox. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. De'Aaron Fox is one of the top 15-ish point guards in the NBA. Him joining this team makes them a lot better. Because you look at Wembanyama. I talked about it a while ago. Wembanyama, last season, his rookie season, he played a lot better when he had an actual point guard. When they stopped the Jerry Sochan project, when he had an actual point guard, he played a lot better. This year, he has Chris Paul, probably the best point guard he could have besides a superstar, and he's having a tremendously good year. You add De'Aaron Fox, who's gonna be that dynamic offensive weapon outside of Wemby. He's gonna pick up the pace for Wemby. This is gonna be crazy. I think this was the perfect move, the perfect fit for De'Aaron Fox. And this is just a good move. I'm very excited to see the rest of the season because right now they're like 12th in the West, but they have the potential to fight to a play-in spot. And if you can get to the play-in, anything is possible in the NBA. I'm gonna say it again. If you can get to the play-in, anything is possible. We've seen 10 seeds get to the playoffs. We've seen 9 seeds. We've seen that 8 seed get to the finals in the Miami Heat a couple years ago. Not saying the Spurs are going to make the finals, but if the goal is to start competing, this move helps you start competing. Now, moving on to the Sacramento Kings. Zach LaVine, cool, but this is a move. This move does not make you no better to me. You don't get no better. Yes, you get a bunch of draft picks. Because I think these draft picks are going to help you. 2025 Charlotte draft pick. Charlotte has 11, 12 wins right now. So that should be a pretty high draft pick in a loaded draft class. 2027 San Antonio Spurs. I don't think that'll be that good because, they got Wemby and that's 2 years from now. 2031 Minnesota Timberwolves. We don't know how the Timberwolves are going to look in 6, 7 years. And 3 second round picks. Okay, cool. But for right now, this move keeps them exactly where they are. Zach LaVine's a great player. He's a great scorer, but I don't think this move makes them a playoff team. I don't think it makes them jump up the standings. You know, De'Aaron Fox, like I said, is one of the best point guards in the NBA. Zach LaVine he's a flamethrower, a very dynamic scorer, but this is a lateral move to me. This is a move that you go east to west more than north and south. You know, there still kind of is no true direction. There is no true direction for this team. For the Kings, I would just blow it up. You know, you trade away. It's crazy because they had Tyrese Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox, and both of them are no longer on the team. They traded away Tyrese Halliburton because they had De'Aaron Fox, and Tyrese Halliburton became an All-NBA player last year. And it's tough. They got Domantas Sabonis, who's playing outstanding basketball, but Domantas Sabonis, to me, is not as the best player on your team, he's not a Jokic. He's not, a Giannis or, I don't want to say Embiid, but he's not even an Embiid, He's a guy that's really, really good, but he's not going to, I said take you over the top and take you to competing in the Western Conference. The Kings just lack so much. They just lack direction to me. The firing of Mike Brown earlier this season was a head scratcher. This is a guy that won Coach of the Year 2 seasons ago. That had this team, that had the Kings in the 3rd seed 2 seasons ago. The same guy that pushed the Warriors to 7 games 2 seasons ago, and you fired him. And it's just I don't know. We'll see what these first round picks amount to for the Kings. But in recent history, they haven't really done a good job of hitting on these draft picks. Yes, De'Aaron Fox was great. Yes, he was great. Tyrese Halliburton would have been great, but you traded him. It's just I just don't know. I'm starting to lose faith in the Kings' ability to develop guys. They haven't done a great job of developing players. Like I said, besides De'Aaron Fox, but they're just a mediocre team. And they're in the middle of the pack. You thought, okay, 2022 or 2023, this is the year for them to make the playoffs and figure things out. But when the rest of the West got healthy, they kind of just faded back to where they've been for the last 20 years. A team that's in the middle of the pack, but not making the playoffs either, so you're not even seeing them. But they're not getting high enough draft picks. It's just, I just don't know about them. We're yet to see. We have yet to see Zach LaVine. He's back with DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan's been really good this year. I assume Malik Monk is going to be the primary ball handler. He's been playing a lot of point guard the last several games, averaging, I want to say, close to 7 assists for the past couple weeks. So they're gonna use him as their primary ball handler, their primary play initiator, and all that. And him, they're gonna bring out a lineup of De'Aaron Fox, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Keegan Murray, and Domantas Sabonis, which is not a bad 5, but it's not a 5 that's gonna move the needle for your franchise and for your team, especially in a very tough Western Conference. Moving to the Chicago Bulls. Chicago Bulls, this was just a trade they can get in, and they wanted to offload this contract. They wanted to just get off Zach LaVine's contract. Zach LaVine's making like $50 million a year, and they wanted to get rid of that contract. So they got back a couple of pieces. Zach Collins is cool, Trey Jones is cool, Kevin Huerter is cool, and they got a 2025. They got their own 2025 pick back, which could be really, really good, because now that Zach LaVine's gone, you're going to be bad. I think the Bulls have one more move to make. I say Bulls completely blow it up. Get rid of Vucevic, get y'all some more draft pick, get y'all some more assets, and just look to the future. Build to the future, man. But I'm really excited to watch De'Aaron Fox with Wembanyama. Hopefully we see that in the upcoming week or whatever. Or maybe we probably won't see this after All-Star weekend. But yeah, man, this the NBA trade deadline. We are full steam ahead. We have 3 more days until the trade deadline actually is, or the trade deadline actually ends. And I think we're going to see a lot more moves coming from all around the association. There's a bunch of stuff that I want to say teams are looking to do that they are running out of time to do. But until next time, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with y'all folks. Going for 2. Put in the comment section, how are y'all feeling about Wemby and De'Aaron Fox in San Antonio? Are y'all more optimistic about Zach LaVine on the Kings than I am? And Chicago Bulls fans, are y'all happy that y'all finally have some direction? Until next time, going for 2, we out of here. Yeah!